Lady Fatima, considered by all Muslims to be the holiest of all women, only lived a short life. In the year 632 CE, she passed away around 1 to 6 months after the demise of her father. According to the Sunni sources, her age at this time was 27, and according to the Shia sources, 18. Cause of death. There is consensus that the reason for her demise was an illness, yet the nature of this illness is highly contested. What is clear is that this illness started following the passing of her father, as Lady Fatima is not known to have been of poor health prior to this. Sunni sources such as Ibn-al-Athir and al-Zahabi mention her illness but do not give a cause for it, whilst others, like Ibn-Kathir, allude to her grief for her father being the cause of her illness. This view is especially popular with the modern-day Sunni Muslims. Attack on her house. Shia sources state that the nature of the mentioned illness was due to the injuries she sustained during an attack on her house. This occurred following Abu Bakr assuming power as the first caliph, to which Ali and the Hashemites were opposed to. Therefore, they remained in Ali and Fatima's house and did not give a pledge of allegiance to Abu Bakr. Thus, the agents of the caliph made forced entry into the house to seize Ali, which resulted in severe injuries to Lady Fatima. Her burial. Sunni and Shia sources agree that Lady Fatima had asked to be buried that night. Therefore, only her husband and a small and selected group of people were present at her burial. Hence, despite her status, her exact place of burial remains unclear to this day. Shia sources state that the reason Lady Fatima wished to be buried that night was to mainly deprive her oppressors from attending her funeral. Also, this was a statement of her dissatisfaction with the wider Muslim community for their failure to support her. Some Sunni scholars, however, say due to her piety, Lady Fatima wished to be buried that night so that people would not see the shape of her body. This is despite the fact that her body would have been adequately covered by the boxed coffin she was carried in. What is clear is that Lady Fatima's demise came far too early in her life, whilst her children were very young at the ages of 4 to 7. No matter how great her grief was for her father's passing, it seems medically implausible for a healthy and a loving mother to succumb to grief so that it would result in her death whilst her young ones are in need of her, giving her ample reason to persevere for them. The fact that the place of her burial remains unclear to this day points to a conflict between her and the Caliphate, a fact which is confirmed by this narration from al-Bukhari, clearly stating that she died whilst she remained dissatisfied with the Caliph. Fatima, the daughter of the Prophet, sent someone to Abu Bakr asking for her inheritance. So Abu Bakr refused to give anything of that to Fatima. So she became angry with Abu Bakr and kept away from him and did not speak to him till she died. She remained alive for 6 months after the death of the Prophet. When she died, her husband Ali buried her at night without informing Abu Bakr and said the funeral prayer by himself. What has been presented here is a short summary of the facts surrounding the life of the most important women in Islamic history. We hope this inspires our audience to do their own research and learn more about her. We thank all our supporters on Patreon and elsewhere for helping us come this far in our journey. Please consider subscribing to our channel and visit our Patreon page. As always, the references for this video can be found in the description section below.